Okay, so today I want to bring you guys something pretty cool. It's commercial related stuff. So fairly, and also by the way, guys, can you make sure to mute yourselves? There's fixed it. So fairly recently, the commercial department of Coldwell Banker has rolled out some new core values for their mission statement for their driving force of what defines them. Kind of like the Coldwell Banker residential brand redid last year at Gen Blue when they announced the new CB Star logo and the core values for residential. So with that announcement over the past couple of months has come a bunch of new assets for social media, for videos. You can see we have them right here. Just a bunch of new stuff for you as offices and admins, and of course for our commercial agents to go out and use within their marketing. So I just wanted to show you guys how to access those assets, where they, what they are, and then there's a couple more pieces. There's a fun little surprise. At the end. So they were originally, of course, posted in Blueprint, which is, if you're familiar with the commercial brand, is just sort of like the CB exchange of commercial, where they have a lot of information, marketing materials, news announcements, stuff like that. And in order to, but we've taken some of them and put them right here on Schmidt Resources just to make it a little easier. So if you ever want to find these assets that we're talking about, click on your region, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, Virgin Islands, whichever one you find yourself in or wish you found yourself in. Scroll down to the commercial square right here, and you can tell it's commercial because it has a little screenshot of Blueprint. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to take us here. Now we have some other stuff here, as you can tell, for our commercial brand. The link to Blueprint, to CBC Worldwide, at Brevitas. I always forget how to pronounce it. Brevitas, do you know? No? My wife helps their commercial department in Michigan, and we still don't know. And then they have some local website Q&As right here as well. How to edit your local sites, where to find it, stuff like that. And then, of course, we have some great stats, the identity standards, the CBC Blue Books, the style guides, just some stuff here that you can look at for marketing-related purposes if you ever want to. But right across the top, this is the thing that we're talking about today. I put it right across the top, new commercial marketing assets. So if you click on that link, it's going to take you here. So what we started with, as you can tell at the very tip top, is just a link to Blueprint where you can see a few more of the things. We transferred the vast majority of what they have on Blueprint here, but there's a couple extra things we'll look at in a second. But we've got, right at the top, we've got the two videos. So we've got David Marine, the president of marketing, VP of marketing for Coldwell Banker, talking about the announcement, talking about the new core values, chief marketing officer, that's what it is. The new core values of the company, going through what they are, why this kind of revamp happened, and just kind of giving an explainer video. So I would kind of argue that maybe this one is more for us internally about, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and so on. And then on the left-hand side, though, we have a little promo video here. It's about half as long as the other one. That is kind of just covering the core values and the mission statement. So kind of taking David's part, his explainers out of that and making this about CB commercial.
I didn't bring mine. I forgot them.
Mute that one. So can you guys make sure to not unmute yourselves, please, until we get to the sort of Q&A part at the end. That would be great. Thank you. So this is the sort of video that, for me, this is the sort of thing where you send this ahead of time. You've got a listing appointment coming up. You're meeting with a client or referral, and you can send this and say, hey, if you're curious, this is just kind of what we're about here at CBC. And you can show them this little video. So along with the videos, which are great, we've got a bunch of the graphics down here. So right off the top here, we have just a square of all the new core values. Do right, win together, big-hearted, ownership mentality. And all of these graphics that you're looking at are downloadable. I'll show you how to do that in a second here. But this one is just a great square. And again, as social media platforms have sort of moved and changed over the past few years, square images are generally the most universal format. Obviously, they originally started with Instagram. Facebook has really changed to not necessarily favor square images over others, but to use them just as consistently. And then other places like LinkedIn and Twitter generally do show these ones pretty well. So that's why they have it in a square here. But as you scroll down, you'll see some cover photos. Facebook cover photos, Twitter cover photos, and then one with each of the core values and a couple other ones. And then as we scroll down, square and rectangle, just sort of individual assets for each of these core values. So again, you do have the rectangle versions that you can use as cover photos. You can use as banners on a listing presentation. If you're creating a document, you can use these. And then we've got square versions as well. If you want to download any of these, all you have to do is click on one of them, and it's going to kind of show up big on the screen right here. Then you just right click, save image as, and it'll save, you just pick where you want it to save, and it's going to save to your computer, and you're off to the races. So these are the assets that we've pulled over from Blueprint, but I do want us to click on this Blueprint link here and head over there for a second. You're going to have to, just kind of like you would with CB Exchange, you're going to have to be logged in order for this link to work. If you're not logged in, it'll just ask you to log in when you click on it. So this is the link that it's going to take us to, and it just goes over a lot of what we already have. So for example, the imagery down here, the social media, all of that stuff has already been brought over to that Schmidt Resources page we were looking at. They do have a little presentation here if you want to scroll through the new Coldwell Banker brand story. Again, this is more of I believe this is in the PDF. This is in PowerPoint, so you can take these slides if you want to and rearrange these. But again, you can tell that the imagery is very similar. I mean, almost for a lot of these, like this big hearted one, is exactly the sort of imagery that we're using on the Schmidt Resources graphics. So you can scroll through this. You can download this PowerPoint if you want to maybe use some of these differentiator slides. But the thing that I really wanted to showcase here is that with these new core values, the brand kind of interviewed somebody regarding how they're living their core values. And if you want to, they actually have a link right here. You can use this link to send them a story or summary about how you've done that. So it's just a little link. You fill out your information, which core value you did, and they'll theoretically use these testimonials in marketing within internally within the brand for stuff. So if you do right, win together, big-hearted, and ownership mentality. If you as an ASC or a manager know of one of your commercial agents who really does just exemplify, I don't know if that's the right word, showcase one of these core values, please feel free to write this story, send the story in on their behalf, or send this to them and say, hey guys, you'll want to submit this, go in and send this through. But they have an example of one that they are already using, and you can see that down here on the page. And the example is none other than Coldwell Banker Paradise's very own Keith Kite, a huge part of the commercial. I mean, the bedrock of the commercial team in Paradise, a fantastic agent, and they just have a great core values kind of example here of ownership mentality. So it's a great story here about Keith was called by his wife to watch the local news, and a local business owner was being interviewed, talking about the frustration of some stuff, and Keith went in and worked with that client and some of the issues he was having to really just go above and beyond, which is what we always want to do for our clients. So it's a great read. We're obviously incredibly proud for Keith to be showcased like this, to be highlighted like this, and that's available right here on the Blueprint page. So that really is about it, guys. There's just some great new marketing assets released from the brand in regards to our commercial department. If you have questions, as always, please write them in. I'm just going to go through again the steps on how we got to where we are, but please feel free to unmute yourself now if you have a question, or to just write it in the chat. But again, if you go to schmidtresources.com and you take a pic of your region, Michigan, Ohio, Florida, Virgin Islands, scroll down a little bit to the commercial tab here. You're going to click on commercial. The dogs I don't know what they're doing. They're just making noises over there. Click on the commercial tab like we are here, and it's this top banner, new commercial marketing assets. And here they are. We've got the videos across the top. We've got the social graphics below, and we also have the link to Blueprint, where you can find a couple more pieces of information that you might be interested in. As always, keep in mind that this video is going to be uploaded to schmidtvideoclassroom.com right away. It will be available within the hour on the Schmidt Video Classroom, and will also go out in Blue Matters Monday, Monday. So that's about it, guys. No other questions are coming in. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.